Good morning, wide world of YouTube. So, this week's video plan is to attempt to finish stripping this transmission down, get everything put onto this transmission, and get this one in the car. That's the hope. I freaking hope. I've got 4 days to do it, while I do have the kids on and off the whole time. But I don't think it's going to be that hard of a feat. And if after I get that done, there's still time this weekend, the goal is going to be to try change out that water pump for the new water pump that's not exactly the right pump, and hopefully make that work somehow. I haven't quite figured out how I'm pulling that off yet, but we're going to try it. Don't ask me how, but we're going to try it. So, because my buddy Lucas the other day, wherever I put stuff down at, I think it's actually on the back of the car somewhere, gave me a fan adapter that pushes the fan out farther away from the motor that's supposed to bolt onto the water pump. So I think what I'm going to try doing is actually shaving that down, making it a spacer to make up the difference in the water pumps. That's what I'm going to try to do. I don't know if it's going to work, but we'll see. So, but none of that matters until this is back in the car anyway. So this needs done first. This is getting done first. Oofda. This is going to be a fun morning. So next thing I need to do is I'm going to go around, check all the bolts on that, make sure I got them all tight, because I don't exactly remember if I do or not. Once that's done, roll this transmission over, and then I got to get the rest of the shifter parts off of here, get them moved over to here. Still got to modify some of them a little bit more, and I've got one more bracket that goes from here to here. I want to try to get bolted onto this transmission. That way, I actually have a completely sturdy, solid shifter, which would be nice. So part of me even thought about just ditching that altogether again and trying to go back to the column shift. But that column shift is just so slap worn out that finding gears in it's next to impossible. Where with this, I can at least find the gears. So, yeah. I just woke up. All right, let's get to work. Plan lasted a whole about 4 minutes. New plan, because I want to get it done. I'm going to pull the Spitfire down here off the hill because by some odd miracle of God, that thing is not sold yet. And I want to get the top changed on it, so that way maybe it'll sell a little easier. I don't know. We'll find out. Yeah, I'm gonna get it down here, get that changed out, and from there I gotta figure out what I'm doing. But first goal, get the top changed out. There we go. Well, some of you might not agree with me that looks much different. I would say that looks way better than that. Junk. So now that that's all done, I think the next thing is going to be... Oh, and if any of you are wondering, yes, you did in fact watch me. I don't know what I did with it, but I was in fact propping up the seat with my cordless ratchet that I now have seemed to have lost. Is it under the seat? Maybe it's under the seat. Oh yeah, and this side I was definitely not propping up with a windshield wiper. Okay, I got the top on, but now I have another issue. This top's sat in a junkyard for a while, and hadn't been completely on a car in a while. Because of that, it has shrunk some. It does not currently want to go down on the sides all the way. This rip was not there when I started. That's caused by me closing the top at the front. So, kind of at a loss on what I want to do, because obviously I can't put the sides down any further. I got this one to go in. I'm working on trying to get everything to relax and get some heat into it, get some moisture into it, so it will stretch out some more. But I can only do so much, obviously. And also didn't realize this till I was putting it on the car. That kind of sucks, but that can be at least patched simple enough. Other than that, the top has no holes in it. The top is in really good shape other than right there and right back there. Everything else seems to be good, to where this is a good usable top if you can get it to stretch and fit on the car, which I know is going to take a good amount of work. Yeah, we got a guy potentially coming over to look at it here in a couple. I don't know exactly when he's going to get here, which is ironic because I had no one when I first started filming saying I was going to get some stuff done on this today. I had no one come to look at it. That wasn't why I was doing it. I wanted to just get it done because it needed done, and I wanted to make a new for sales ad. But yeah, so I'm going to keep moisturizing the top to see if I can get it to stretch a little bit more. I got a feeling that's going to be an all-day process. And then once I get it to stretch and I get everything to actually hold, then I get to go through the fun part of it needs to stay that way for a little while so it can actually stretch out and, you know, form back to that full shape again. So, time will tell. Time will tell. I'll bring you guys back when there's more of an update, though. Hopefully at that point I'll be working on this for sure. Ugh. Well, today become a little bit more eventful than I had expected. As you guys seen, I was working on the Spitfire and getting some stuff done to it. Got most of the top done. Still needs some time in the heat to stretch it a little bit more. Which unfortunately I don't know how much heat we're going to get today. But all that said, I don't own it anymore. A young guy and his dad come today and looked it over, took it for a little bit of a test drive. While I was working on the top, they'd stopped over a couple weeks ago and was looking at it when I first put it out on the road for sale. And they were interested in it. Kids seemed a little bit more interested in the dad. I think the dad was maybe trying to talk him out of it a little bit. And me and the dad talked about it. His concern is he doesn't know if his son really knows what he wants. So, today has been an eventful day. And I don't own the Spitfire no more. While I was working on putting the top on it, younger kid, I believe he's 15, 16, just old enough he's got his permit, but he's not quite where he can get his license yet. Him and his dad stopped by and looked over the Spit. He really liked it, and they bought it. So they're coming back here in a little bit to pick it up. I'm excited. It's the kid's first project car, and I hope he enjoys it. So, yeah, so this will be the last you guys see of the Spit. Don't worry, though. I think it's going to a good home. They've got a Mustang as well, and they seem to really enjoy their classics. So, I think this kid's really going to like it. So, at least I hope so. If not, I guess we'll be seeing it on Marketplace soon. But I don't think that's going to be a problem. He seems genuinely excited about the car. So, which makes me happy to see someone his age that is interested in things like this. And not just, you know, high horsepower, crazy builds that are unattainable to a lot of people. So, yeah. Alright. Yeah, I think this is the end of the Spitfire story, though. On to other things. I'll bring you guys back when I figure out what I'm doing. And on that note, Spitfire is gone. The new owner and his dad just come and got it. He looks very happy to be behind the wheel. And that makes me extremely happy. I think he's, like I said, he's 15, 16 years old. really seems excited about the car. Yeah, now on to other things, which I said was going to be that, and I kind of lied, because it's going to be this, because I have the fuel pump. And I just learned after, I don't know, 4 years of owning it, I think, it doesn't have the stock fuel pump on it anymore, which I thought it had. I thought it still had an SU pump on it, which made me think changing it out for anything other than another SU pump was going to be a bit of a pain. And I didn't have another SU pump to put on it, so I went and bought just a good old little click-clack Edelbrock fuel pump, which is the same as the cheap little click-clack Holly fuel pumps, because that's what I have on my other MG, and it works just fine. Well, just having a non-stock fuel pump actually made this a lot easier, and explains why I don't think the fuel pump was all that good, because it is an even cheaper fuel pump than that, and it's not like a bigger canister one like that. It's one that's made, somehow it's a low PSI pump, but it's more almost of what you would see as an in-tank pump, not a not an out-of-tank pump. So I'm actually surprised it's lasted as long as it has. And yeah, so I'm hoping by getting that changed and getting this put in, oh, excuse me, which I don't know if it's got both fittings I need or not. I'm hoping by getting that changed and getting it put in, that I can now drive this again, because as some of you know, this is honestly my favorite little daily driver that I have not been able to really drive in going on 2 months now, because we couldn't figure out what was wrong with it. Ah, Charger getting it. Challenger. Ah, I think I know him too. Huh. Now that I think about it, pretty sure that's one of the guys from work. That me and him, ironic, actually, if it's who I think it was, he is the reason why I work where I work now, because he made the same jump I made, but he did it first, which gave me the idea to do it. So, hi Jimbo. Yeah, alright, so I think what we're going to do is get the fuel pump changed out on this. I will try taking you guys under there with me, but frankly my phone's only got like 10% health. So, 10% health, wow, video game talk. Only got 10% battery left. So I'm probably going to go and get it put on the charger, and I'll bring you guys back for some other, maybe slightly more exciting stuff than putting a fuel pump on an MG. You want to say hi to everybody, sis? Nope, just going to ride around your tongue out. Okay. She's being quite the butthead today. At this point, I've spent, a little over half the day messing with the MG. I'll show you guys what's doing, but it does not matter what I do. What, baby? You want to get out? Okay. You gotta get back. You can't hang out the window and I open the door. There you go. And then once I get someone out of the car, I'll explain it. And then fix the trim she ripped off. So apparently I stopped recording somewhere in there. But as you can see now, it's running. Runs like hell. Which is still better than it was before at idle. At idle before, if I even touched the gas, it backfired. Or not backfire, it just cut in and out. So it's not, I guess it's really not running much different. Like, it's bad enough right now, I don't know if I could even drive it back around to the driveway, to park it in the other driveway. I really thought it was the fuel pump causing the problem. I changed the fuel pump. It is notably better than it was before. I don't want to say it's worse, because I don't think it's worse, because I barely got it back here before. So I don't know what's going on with it. I don't get it. I know I'm extremely frustrated with it, and it died. So we're going to shut it off so the fuel pump's not just running non-stop. Yeah, before my camera cut out last time, about 2 months ago, it just randomly picked up a really bad misfire. And to the point, I thought I blew it up. And I just, to this point, I just don't understand it. Nothing about the way it acts and the way it drives makes any sense. So, one of my buddies come over, he looked at it, he confirmed he doesn't think the engine's blown up. Because I thought it had a bit of a knocking sound. He says it's a tappet, which is very common in these for a tappet to make a lot of noise. And that he also confirmed that would not be making it run the way it's running. Because it doesn't sound too loose, it just sounds a little loud. Which, this one has always been a louder tappet car than my other one. So for me, it's always seemed loud, and it doesn't seem any louder now than it did. But I had quieted it down, and it ran great for a while, like absolutely stunning for a while. And then, like I said, one day I walked out to drive it, and it has ran like hell ever since. And it's steadily gotten worse to the point I don't know what's going on with it now. Yeah, but if any of you guys got any ideas, I am all ears. So, yeah. I don't know. I think I'm going to call it quits on this for the night. I'm going to start on that tomorrow, because I feel like at this rate I've got a better chance of getting that fixed than this. Which sucks, because I was really hoping to get this fixed today. But it is what it is. So, I think at this rate I'll see you guys in the morning. Good morning again, everyone. So one of my buddies stopped by this morning. We did a little bit of trading and things, and now I have some more RCs I need to work on putting up and making room for some things, because right now the way everything is, I don't have shelving space, and I know I have shelving space. So I've got to go through and do some reorganizing. I don't exactly know how that reorganizing is going to go yet, but that's what I need to do, and I'm going to go ahead and do that this morning, partly because A, I need to do it, and B, the boy's outside mowing the yard right now, which means he's making a bunch of noise out there, which means I can't really record out there. I can record down here where it's quiet, though. So, this is kind of something you guys have seen a little bit of, but not something you've seen a lot of. This is my other hobby. And when I'm working with cars, not a lot gets done down here. A lot comes down here, gets thrown down, and then I walk away from it. Then nothing ever actually gets finished. So it ends up looking like it does right now for a couple months, and then I'll come down and actually clean everything. Well, today's that day. I've done some trading. I got to make room for some stuff. I think I want to try getting all of the Jeeps from here over onto here as a whole, and then put everything that's not a Jeep over on this shelf. I think that's going to be the best way I'm going to make this work. I think. Well, we're going to cross that bridge as we go. And then I've got at least 2 chassis there. I got to figure out what I'm doing with. Another monster truck to fit up here with the monster trucks that there's no room for. Because I was already debating on selling an SMT10. So instead of selling one of my 3 SMT10s, I bought a 4th SMT10. Because, yeah, that makes sense, right? Yeah, totally, sure. Definitely made sense to do. Made all the sense in the world. Yeah. Oh, and then there's the one more on-road car sitting outside that I've got to figure out where I'm putting, that I don't even think the wife realizes is there, because it's buried up with some stuff on the trunk of the Rambler. Shit. Yeah. So I think that's going to be the plan. I don't know if I'm going to try to, like, record me doing all this morning, or if I'm going to bring you guys along as I change some things up. You will discover it as I discover it, because I don't know exactly how I want to do that yet. Because I can't just set it up and you guys watch me from one spot, because, well, if I set up here, you guys can't see anything over in this direction, but you can see everything here. Well, if I set up like this, can't see anything back here, but you can see everything over here if I'm not blocking it. So I don't know I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, alright. I'll bring it back when there's something more to see. I have made a dent in most of this stuff. I still got a little bit more to sort through and more to clean up here and right there. But for the minute, my back needs a break from being on the floor. So I'm taking a break from this. Probably going to just turn around and go lay on a different piece of concrete and get ready to go out to the garage and see about getting some more of the Rambler stuff set up. So maybe, just maybe, I can spend tomorrow actually trying to get the transmission in the Rambler. So, also, I said drill bits I didn't know I had. So, yeah. Slowly making progress, but parts I didn't know that were here. Weird. But hey, progress is progress, right? At least that's what I'm trying to tell myself. Wow, I got a lot to go through. I forgot I set those two chassis. I forgot I set those back there. God damn it. So much shit. And it's not like I just have a habit of not putting things back away. Because, I mean, there's a drawer full of wheels. Another drawer full of tires. I think this one might be fairly empty. Nope, that's full of tires. Full of other random parts. All the old booklets and stuff that I probably should just throw out. Another drawer full of parts. Bins full of parts. Everything organized. Drawers of tools. Parts. More tools. My tapes and stuff. More parts. Screws. Parts and tools for the micros. It's somewhat organized. There's just so much at this point. God, if I ever wanted to sell out, it'd be a nightmare. Upside is, if I decided to sell out, I could probably almost pay off the car. At least pay off the wife's car. But holy crap. There's a lot. So, yeah, alright. I'll bring you guys back when I'm actually doing something. Try to actually bring you along to actually do something instead of just going, alright, I'm going to do this, and then doing it without recording anything. So, I'm getting a little... There we go. Getting a little later start to the day than originally hoped. But the goal is still the same, I think. That is to get the transmission up and into the Rambler. I'm hoping. So I was hoping to do it before the wife left for work, but that didn't happen because, well, we had some other things we needed to get done. And she had to leave before... Well, she had to leave before we got home, which means Well, she had to leave right as we got home. So I didn't have time to do this with her home. There we go. Those are the words I'm looking for. So the goal is going to be to hopefully get it up and into the car using the jack by myself and hope that I can get it all slid into place on my own. We're going to see. Not exactly 100% holding my breath on it, but if I can, I can. If I can't, well, I can't, and I'll have to wait till I have some help. So either way, it's got to get done. So, and I may be talking to you guys on camera, procrastinating a little bit because I am a little concerned about trying to do this myself. So, I don't know. I'm probably going to bring you guys along in spots as I go. I don't think I'm going to try to record me doing it just because I don't want to have to focus on not hurting my phone while I'm doing it. So, because last time I was working underneath of a car, had the phone under there with me trying to record, well, that's how I ended up having to get a new phone. So, rather not do that a second time. Yeah, so I'm just going to attempt to get it into the car. Once I get closer to that point, I'll bring you guys along. Maybe once I get a bolt or two and holding it in, that's when I'll bring you guys in and go, okay, look, it's in. I'm not sure. I think we're going to try bolting the torque tube back up too, but not necessarily bolting it all the way to the car because I want to hopefully do some other work while the rear end's dropped that far down. Because I just feel like at that point that work's going to be simpler to do. At least that's the hope. So this is this whole torque tube thing is another reason why I'm kind of stalling a little bit, because it's like it was simple enough to get apart. I'm just worried about how it's going to go back together, which I feel is a little bit of a legitimate worry, but not a hugely legitimate worry. We're going to cross that bridge as we go and hope it works out. Yeah. All right, enough stalling. I'm going to work on getting it in the car. Boys and girls, as you will see, there's no transmission setting here. There's a junk one setting there. And there's an empty transmission jack right there. Because it's in the car. I still got to put the cross member back in yet. I think I'm going to have to lube up the end of it to actually get the input shaft I want to go back on. Amongst some other things I got to figure out. But that's beside the point. We're this far. We're this close. I did start it for a minute because remember, I have no water pump or alternator currently. And it has proven my cheapness is biting me in the ass. It's not coming back out right now. I'm going to get the car up and on the road, and then maybe this winter it will come back out. Or sometime next year. The throwout bearing is going to need replaced. I should have did it while I had it out and apart. I knew it was going to be a thing. I could hear it before. I can hear it now. It's not terrible. It just has a rotational click to it. So it does not go away no matter where you're at with the clutch pedal. It's always going click, 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 click. So doesn't change with gear. It changes with engine RPM. It does not change with transmission. So, and it doesn't change regardless of what gear you put it in with RPM. So it can be in first gear, second gear, third gear, reverse, it's still the same click, 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 click the whole time. So, yeah, but it's in. So that's one feat I didn't think. Ugh. It was a pair. It was a bear to get in. I wish I could have recorded it for you guys, but I was flip-flopping which side of the car I was on a lot, and there was no way I was doing any of it while actually knowing 100% that I kept my phone safe and you guys could see. Not to mention, I was fighting to get it completely lined up and into the car. I may have did what you're not supposed to do. I got it close enough to where, by wiggling it back and forth and jiggling it around and everything else, that I could get the bolts to start threading. After they started threading, I just kind of worked my way around in a circle with the old impact gun, the Ugga-Duggas, and just lightly Ugga-Duggaed it up and into place the rest of the way, and that's when I proceeded to check and make sure everything sounded okay. The only thing I hear making any noise is the throwout bearings. So I was like, win enough for me. So the next thing that's going to happen now is I'm going to get the cross member up in place. I'm going to try to actually film getting the cross member in place. I am a god-awful, let's see. Hand in the way. I'm a god-awful mess right now, guys. I will say I'm extremely happy that this thing is back together, because it has been such a pain to get this far. And it's not because it was necessarily hard. It's just the fact that y'all see how the transmission looked to come out of it. The whole underside looks like that around where that transmission was, and everything for the transmission looks like that. There was no such thing as a clean part under there that I had to deal with. So it has just been a nasty, disgusting mess the whole way through. Oofta. So I think the next thing we're going to go ahead and do for this video is get the cross member in, work on bolting the torque tube back on if we can for right now, without getting the whole rear end backing up and in the car. Because the next video I do on it, which will probably be the next video after this one, is I want to go ahead and get the rear springs cut to lower it a little bit, put the drop plates on the front, and do the water pump. That's going to be the next video. This video is going to be the transmission. I don't think I'm going to try to do much more than that in this one. I will probably, you guys will get to see a little bit more on the Cadillac too tomorrow, because tomorrow I take that to the shop, and hopefully, fingers crossed, it's getting a new exhaust tomorrow. No, this thing sitting here in the driveway does not mean I bought it either. It's not my car still. I moved it down here the other day because we had to mow, and I've been too lazy to put it back. So, and there's another guy that's talking about buying it, so hopefully it doesn't need to go back out on the hill. I'll know more about that. Hopefully by the next video you guys see, it'll be gone. So, yeah. Oofda. That transmission kicked my butt. Here, I'll take you guys under and show you what all we've got left to do. Okay, on the list of things left to do is it's bolted up right here. That's where I had to bolt it up. I got the shifter linkages connected. I got neutral set as well, which is something I had not done before. I've got to go ahead and get the speedo cable back in, get that cross member up and in place. It bolts on here, if you guys can see it here, and across over there. The fun part with that is getting that up and over top of the exhaust too. So yeah, so I've got to get it up and over the exhaust, and then I can get everything bolted down. It bolts down right here to this mount, And that's about it. So we're going to go ahead and try to get the torque tube bolted back up to this video. I'm not 100% sure how exactly that's going to work. I think that just bolts on and then it's got some play to it. So we'll see. May go ahead and get the springs cut before I even bother trying. But just because, I mean, it's not, obviously you guys are going to find out that I am lowering it. That's no shocker. Anyone that knows me knows that I don't leave anything at stock ride height. I'm even making plans to lower the Cadillac. Why? Because I can. So, yeah, that's what's going to happen next. Like I said, I'm going to try to bring you guys along for some of this. But for the minute, I think I have kids inside that are hungry. I'm getting a little hungry. And I need to get cleaned up before any of that can happen. So I've got to figure that out. Which means we may not work on this again until tomorrow morning. I don't know yet. We'll see. I think I also need to stop up and talk to the wife about some parts and some things, because she's the one sourcing everything for the exhaust on the Cadillac. So yeah. But yeah, hey, this is better than hoped. So far, I really thought this was going to be a 4 or 5 hour task with my luck. And it was realistically only about, I think it maybe about an hour's worth of fighting. A little bit more than that, maybe. So it really wasn't that bad. Ooh. I think I need a floor pan. It's the factory AC, guys. Just a little holy. And that's my custom sound deadening, i.e. the sleeve from my old job. Alright, on that note, I'm going to crawl out from underneath of here. So, like I said, I promise, the next thing I do, I'm actually going to bring you guys along. I know I've said that a couple times in the video and then not done it. Well, it's because things didn't work out like planned. So, alright. Next time you see me, we will be installing a cross member. All right, boys and girls, there you have it. Transmission is in the Rambler. I would start it up and show you guys that it goes through all 3 gears and everything's working, but still need to change that water pump. There's no belt hooked to anything, so I don't want to start it and have it running for any amount of time and take the chance of overheating it. So that'll hopefully be next video. Well, at least the next video on the Rambler, which will probably be the next video out because, well, till either this or the Corolla can drive their way out of the garage, I can't get anything else in. So, because the convertible can't sit outside. So the next video will probably most definitely be about the Rambler. That way I can get it back to where it can move again and get it to where I can get it back out of the garage. I would continue past here, but while I have the rear end out the way as far as I do, I want to go ahead and get the next thing I want to get done, which is working on lowering it a little bit. And in order to do that, I have to have the rear end down lower. I don't want to put it all back up just to take it right back out again. Too much of a hassle, too much of a fight. Want to get it all done in one shot. But if I try doing that this video, you guys are going to be here for like a 2-hour long video again. I'm not trying to do that to anyone. So we're going to take our small success where we can get it. Unfortunately, I have discovered in the process of this, the transmission will probably have to come back out because the throwout bearing's not bad yet, but it's not good. It's making some noise. It's got a rotational click to it, regardless if the clutch pedal's in or out. I don't think, and that was there with the old transmission too. So I don't see it going away, considering that's the one sound that carried over between the two. It could be that gear in there making the clicking sound too. I don't know, but it does it regardless of what gear the transmission's in. If it's in neutral, if the pedal's in or the pedal's out, doesn't matter. It makes the sound. So I don't know. But hey, like I said, progress is progress, and I'm happy with it. I would have liked to have gotten more done over this weekend, but had a lot of other things going on in the background, and I spent a lot of time this weekend looking for a GoPro. Finding a GoPro that wasn't going to cost me $400 in this town has been very hard, to the point I kind of gave up, and I'm probably going to order one off of eBay. So, you know, I wanted to buy local. I wanted to buy from a store. I wanted to, you know, given buying a GoPro is not going to support any small business or anything, but I wanted to buy one locally. I wanted to buy one in town so I could physically see it and look at it. And, you know, nope. Couldn't do it. So it is what it is. But I figure if I'm going to continue to do this as I am, I should probably start using something other than my phone before I break another one. So, yeah. Anyway, where was I at? Oh yeah, Rambler. Next video, hopefully we'll get this thing setting a little lower. Get the water pump swapped out if I can't find another one in the meantime, because like I said, that one, the one I have to replace this one isn't the right one either, but it's more righter than the other one that was wronger. I'm pretty sure this one will bolt on. It's just the pulley setup for it's different, and if I can find another pulley or find the correct water pump, either one works for me. I'm gonna see what I can find. But once those two things are done, and I get the bleed the back brakes on this again, because we know how much I love doing that. This thing should actually be somewhat roadworthy at that point, to where if I want to drive it more than around the block, I should be able to. Because crazy enough, at this point right now where it sits, it is licensed and insured. So, tagged and insured. So, this is a street legal car. Or at least Ohio says it is. I don't cross that bridge later. But yeah. So, hopefully we can get that done. Next video, I went and got something done to the Cadillac. I got the exhaust kind of done on that, so we'll talk about that some next video too. Along with, there's going to be an upcoming video of me redoing the entire brake system on that car because I have everything front to back brand new for it. So, till next time, guys, remember, it's about the adventure, not about the destination. Get out, work on your junk, go cruise with your family, go cruise by yourself. Just go out and get out and enjoy life for a little bit while you can. Because, as we all know, winter's right around the corner. And there's only so many nice days left before the cars all got to get put up. So, till next time, guys, enjoy yourselves. I'll see you next week.